Hi, Chris Lingenfelter here from Robot Advisors, and today's our last day in Chicago, Illinois for Automate 2024. And I gotta tell you, usually the last day of shows is rather slow. There are exhibitors and attendees streaming in nonstop. It doesn't feel like the last day of a show. We were so busy yesterday, we had to cut it into two parts. Be sure to follow Robot Advisors on LinkedIn or YouTube to see all our great content. But for now, let's go see what we can find on the show floor of the last day of Automate 2024. So I am here with Jeff Bernstein, the president of A3, which puts on the Automate show. Jeff, you have to be beside yourself so happy. I have not seen a show. I mean, I made the comment this morning, it didn't even feel like the last day of the show. The people were still streaming in. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you have any statistics to back up the feeling that this was the best Automate ever? That's, I think, what I feel.
There's a lot of metrics on that. So the most exhibitors we've ever had, almost 850. The largest square footage, over 320,000 square feet. We've never been in a hall this big and just about filled the whole space. And also the most registrants, over 40,000.
Wow.
So we had targeted, 35,000 was like our stretch goal, and we just blew through that. And you're right, I couldn't be more thrilled than I am.
And a little foreshadowing for our viewers, next year you'll be back in Detroit, I understand.
We will. We had signed a 3-show agreement with Detroit. We believe in honoring our agreements. Detroit's a little bit smaller facility, so next year's show actually may end up a little smaller than this year's show, and that's okay. It's a big demand for automation. People will see different customers in Detroit than they will in Chicago, and I think it'll be great.
How has Automate changed over the years, Jeff? I think, it's obviously much bigger than it had been, but we come from the supply chain side, warehouse automation, and there's a lot of, there's certainly quite a bit of warehouse automation here, but there's a lot of automotive, a lot of manufacturing. I'm just curious how you've seen it change over the years.
The biggest change is, it started out as primarily a robot show, and big industrial robots were primarily being sold to automotive. But as the logistics market has emerged, you see, as you said, more and more autonomous mobile robots and AutoStore and a bunch of companies who are targeting the logistics market. And that's been one of the big elements of growth of this show. But more broadly, the change in technologies, with the implementation of artificial intelligence and the expansion of machine vision and new gripping technologies, they've really changed the look of this show.
Jeff, you're a very busy man. This is a huge show, 40,000 attendees. I appreciate you taking some time from your schedule to talk to Robot Advisors and our viewers.
My pleasure.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Maybe we'll see you in Memphis, I hope so.
I hope so.
All righty.
Thanks.
So I'm with Kim Juan from IPLUSMOBOT, an AMR company here at LogiMap. This is the first time that we've actually interviewed IPLUSMOBOT, so I want to learn more about the company, Kim. Tell us a little bit about your company.
Okay, Chris, thank you. So actually, IPLUSMOBOT, our headquarters is in China, and we founded since 2016. So now almost 8 years.
Okay.
And since the day one we established, we dedicate for the smart factory and manufacturing production lines. So here that you can see, we bring different types of the AMRs. We only do the SLAM navigation AMR, which means we use the main technician for the 2D LiDAR.
Okay.
And here you can see that we bring one that we call that turtle type, that one.
The turtle,
can,
okay.
Can transport the
racks. It goes
racks.
under and picks up the rack?
Oh yeah, exactly. And this one that we call that forklift type. So no, we only bring two sets of the AMRs, but still that we have different design, different rated load, and different functions to do the different tasks. For example, like that one, we have the different rated load from 800 pounds to 3,000 pounds.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, and for this one we have different types. For example, this one can take up and transport the pallets, and also can do the stacking to a certain height.
Do you know how high can it go?
This one is 1.6 meters.
Excellent,
Yeah.
excellent. So if you're in Chicago, swing by the booth here, 4214, to see IPLUSMOBOT, or check them out on the web and check out their great technology.
Yeah, like LinkedIn and YouTube or all the channels.
Absolutely. Kim, so thank you very much.
Thank you for your time.
All righty.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So I'm with another one of the finalists for the Innovation Award. This is US Positronix. John Baker is joining me. He is the CTO and one of the co-founders of US Positronix. And I have to say, this is pretty cool. Not that everything we haven't seen here, but this, I think, could change everything. So tell us what we're looking at, John.
Yeah, what you're looking at is what we're calling essentially a smart conveyance system. These 2x2 foot modules contain actuated permanent magnets. So the magnets in this system move to create dynamic forces. On top of it is what we're calling a levitated mover. So the levitated mover has no electronics, it's just lined with permanent magnets. The forces in the floor contain all the electronics and are designed to move this mover around. So imagine it's like a Lego block. You would lay these down on an existing floor anywhere that you wanted to move product. Once you've laid down the floor, as illustrated in this illustration behind you, you can now put as many of these movers on top at a low cost and at a high density. So you can have high throughput movement of goods in arbitrary directions. So for example, if you tried to do this with AMRs, that would be cost prohibitive because AMRs are relatively expensive on a cost per cost basis. So you wouldn't want to have thousands of AMRs running around on the floor here. But you could literally have thousands of these moving packages in arbitrary directions.
So early glimpse on how we might be moving pallets around warehouses in the future.
Absolutely.
And if folks want to learn more, I guess you can go to uspositronix.com.
Go to uspositronix.com. You'll see a link about us and a link that will allow you to contact us as well.
Well, John, thank you very much for the introduction, and congratulations again on being an Innovation Award finalist. And safe travels back to San Francisco.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
All right. Take care.
Thank you.
I'm here with Zach Thoma from Kawasaki Robotics. Zach, thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
We've actually never, I mean, you guys are a legend, have been around for a long time. We've never interviewed Kawasaki at Robot Advisors. So to start off with, just give us a little bit of background about the company.
Sure. Well, you mentioned us being a legend. We actually produced the first industrial robot in Japan in 1968. Not a lot of people know that. That was our work. And we've been building on that ever since with a focus on the user of the robot, the manufacturer, and partnership. Those are the hallmarks of our culture.
Awesome, awesome. So beautiful booth here. We're doing some palletizing behind us. So tell us what we're looking at right behind us.
Yeah, so this is from one of our partners at CRG. Again, I mentioned partnership. We like to bring them into our booth so that we can showcase what their potential is and what their solutions look like. One of the most interesting things about this, aside from the depalletizing and palletizing technology that they've got, depalletizing specifically in a rainbow pallet, mixed SKUs, that's a big deal right now in warehousing and 3PL, which is just kind of booming, is the CBAS system, which is the automated placement of the corner boards. And that's a really, really nice feature for people that are doing palletizing because normally you've got somebody coming over, they stick them on there, they try and hold them with some tape, they're wrapping them with a shrink wrapper. This takes care of that process and really gets you a holistic solution for your depalletizing and palletizing needs. And this doesn't have to stop here. This is just part of the cell that you could build. You could add on to this with all kinds of other components as well.
Well, hey, I want to thank you very much for your time, giving us an introduction to Kawasaki and some education.
My pleasure.
Didn't know the first robots came from Kawasaki, so thanks a lot. And good luck with the rest of the time here in Chicago.
Thank you, thanks for having me.
All righty, take care. I'm here with Revanth Damerla, who is co-founder and CEO of a company called Grasp Robotics, which is entirely appropriate because this is one of your fingers that they make at Grasp Robotics. This is, I guess, a prototype.
Yep, exactly. So this is our way to showcase our core technology, which is a robotic muscle with the capabilities of human muscle. So what we did is we plugged that into a finger design to make a finger that's about the size of my finger and as fast as my finger when I grasp really quickly, but also stronger than my finger when I try and crush something or hold something very tightly.
And this has an actuator here that can, I guess it's under actuated because it has multiple degrees of freedom with one actuator, but you were saying there can be other actuators as
Exactly. So in most prosthetic hands, basically the hand is made for amputees starting from an amputation of the wrist, but really if you had an amputation that's further down, we can fit an extra actuator, and that's how you would control sort of this degree of freedom independently of the basic degree of freedom. Exactly.
Amazing. I don't know if folks, if you want to take a look at the video of me dancing this morning, I actually have 4 degrees of freedom in my ankles. But that aside, Revanth, I wanted to say to everyone, you were a finalist in the Innovation Award, so congratulations for that. It's pretty impressive that you guys made it that far.
Thank you.
Congratulations, and thanks for sharing what you're up to at Grasp Robotics.
I appreciate it. Thanks a lot for your time.
All right, take care. I'm here with PTE in the HITO Robotics booth 3636. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about HITO and what you guys do.
Basically what we do is we are a automated solution provider. So we do AGVs, we provide flexible production lines for manufacturers, we provide like intelligent inspections, etc., etc.
And then over here I see you have an arm on an AGV.
Yes.
Can we take a look at that?
Yes. Again, our concept is to make the working environment more flexible for the manufacturer, so they don't put their assets in fixed position. You know, so later on, if there's something changed down the road, they just only need to move it by itself.
So I see even the destination where you're moving the stuff to is on wheels, so
Yes.
you can move that around.
Yes.
And as the I get
Yeah.
it. And this is obviously a high quality camera for inspection or for just picking it up.
Yeah. So this is just a demonstration, but you can do inspections. You can do picking. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. Well, folks, if you're here in Chicago, come check out HITO at booth 3636. PT, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate the introduction to your
Thank you.
company.
Yep.
And enjoy the rest of your time
Thank
in
you so
Chicago.
much.
All righty.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey folks, it's Chris Lingenfelter from Robot Advisors here in Chicago, Illinois. We are just wrapping up a fantastic week of new technology at Automate 2024. Just been a fantastic week. The weather isn't fantastic right now. It's drizzling a little bit. I'll tell you though, the last 4 days, it has been raining robots in McCormick South at Automate. That's a wrap for today. I'll just ask you to follow us on LinkedIn and YouTube. Check us out. We've got some great content for you. We can help you find the right robot for your warehouse. But from Chicago, Illinois, it's Chris Lingenfelter signing off. We'll see you at the next show.